All right, you'll call me if you need to. And
Gotcha.
I have
Can
my
I
ring
ask you,
on.
can I ask you a question? Are there people that went to the community room?
Yes, I'm in the community room. I am in person.
Oh, okay. Are you the only person that's in the community room at this moment?
No, there's 3 human bodies in this room.
Okay.
Anyone? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm here for the meeting.
Yes, so am I. Wait, who is this?
They didn't. My name is Eileen. They didn't start yet?
No, they didn't start yet. I just got on a few minutes ago. They didn't start yet.
Oh,
Are you on? You're on the phone. You're not on the web, right?
right.
Yeah, that's the same as me. Okay, I just did the phone. I think they're still setting it up so that it could stream, so the people that are in the community room can be
Okay.
connected. I don't know. I never did this before.
Well, you know what it's about, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
You guys do know this is a Parks Committee meeting.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
The first one. The first one I'm going to participate with. Deb, I know who you are from Facebook. How long does it take till everybody gets connected?
I cannot start until I have quorum. When they
Okay.
show up, they show up. I can't make any go faster.
How many people are in the quorum?
They have to have a certain amount of people for you to start? Oh. Supposed to start at 7.
Yeah. I know. Deb?
Yes, hello.
Yeah. How many people are in the quorum?
We need 3 people in this room that are on the committee. We need 3 people in this room to have quorum. One more gentleman just walked in that's on the committee, so we need one more body.
Okay.
I'm muting. Thank you.
What's your name?
Arlene.
Okay. I'm Eileen.
You're Eileen.
Mhm.
Where do you live? Where you live in?
Pelham Parkway. Pelham Parkway.
Yeah, no, I live in Pelham Parkway. I mean, are you on the north or south?
North.
Excuse
I'm on the
me.
south.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is being live streamed on YouTube. Please do not discuss any private conversations that will be
Okay.
on the internet. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ay. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still on. I guess they didn't start.
Yeah, somebody muted me and then I unmuted myself.
Yeah, we got muted. We got muted, yeah.
Yeah.
I put you on mute. I don't need
Okay.
any cross chatter on here. Thank you.
You rather us be on mute, and then when you when you're ready to start,
Yes.
you unmute us? Then
No.
you unmute us.
When it is time for the public to speak, then you can unmute yourself. But right now,
Okay.
I don't need any cross chatter. I put you guys on mute. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, but
okay.
we'll
okay,
hear when
and you're
we'll
on
hear
the-
them when they start.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to follow up.
Hey, Debbie, I'm here. It's Lisa. I don't know if you saw me come on.
I saw you come on, but you don't count as quorum.
Okay.
Okay, we now have quorum in the room. So we're gonna start the meeting. My name is Debbie Kowalik and I am co-chair of the Parks Department. In the room on the committee, we have Janice Walcott, which is the chair. And
Dwayne Williams, committee member.
thank you. Lisa, you still here?
I am. I'm still here.
Okay. And online we have Lisa Soto. All right, let's see. Time now is, did I say the time yet? I don't know.
No.
The time now is 7:15 and we're starting the meeting. Janice?
Good evening, everyone. We are starting the Parks Committee meeting at 7:15. The agenda sent out. And if everyone has reviewed meeting minutes, I'd like to know if they've been accepted as read. Can you hear me? Those of you that are online, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
There you go.
Perez acknowledged.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, did everyone get a copy of the agenda?
Did everybody get a copy of the agenda?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, your cameras need to be on. And if you're being asked a question like if you can hear us, you gotta either nod your head or
Acknowledge.
some sort of acknowledgement. So Lisa, can you please put your camera on?
I could put it on, but you're really going to be staring at the ceiling because I can't hold my phone right now. So it's up to you.
I
If you want to look at my ceiling, you're more than welcome.
All right, I'll give you a pass on this one.
Yeah.
I know it's a sensitive situation there.
Yeah, sorry about that. But if you need me to pop on at a moment, I can.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Okay. Well, we got the review of meeting minutes, but I don't have the meeting minutes.
Is it a motion to accept?
Huh?
Is it a motion to accept the minutes?
No, I was just gonna say, if those of you are online and have accepted the meeting minutes, please let me know.
It's just Lisa online that's on the.
Yes.
committee.
Okay,
You say yes.
Yes, I accept.
okay. All right, then go on, go ahead, then.
Okay, to be determined, well, what do we have planned to talk about?
Basically, the construction of Zimmerman, delaying it until they agree to do the bathroom, the park house period, along with the reconstruction. Because you're not gonna wait 10 years to have the bathroom constructed. Okay? That's ridiculous. You don't want to have a park reconstructed and you don't have a bathroom. And we haven't had a bathroom in over 8 years, so that's on the board. I'm sorry, that's on the table, okay?
Okay.
Does
I
everyone
agree. It is ridiculous. It's insane at this point. Like, just makes no sense.
Okay, Debbie just gave an example at our last meeting regarding a park construction and without the bathroom being constructed at the same time. Where was that? Bronx Park? At our last meeting, you talked about.
No, that was one of the
Okay.
other gentlemen. I was talking about how something was in Pelham Parkway,
Yeah,
how Parks spent the money, fixed it up nice, and then the Pelham Parkway reconstruction project for the piece.
oh, okay,
That was the one I took. But there
okay,
was another gentleman that brought up the one you're talking about.
okay. So it doesn't make sense to have the park reconstructed and have no bathroom. That's part of the problem, okay? And the folks that use that playground feel like second-class folks, which is ridiculous, okay? The rental park was renovated, bathroom renovated, somebody tore it to pieces, and it was redone within a couple of months. Okay, so if that can be done, Zimmerman's playground can be done with the construction of the,
From my understanding of what I was told,
go ahead.
kind of during the last month's meeting, in Loretta Park,
Mhm.
they didn't redo the bathroom during their reconstruction, but they did fix it up after the vandalism.
Okay, but they had a bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's,
No doubt, yeah.
that's my pet peeve, okay? And I'm gonna keep reiterating until the Parks Department listens. I think it's so important and it's a quality of life issue now, okay? No bathrooms. Mothers taking the children to urinate between two cars and the mothers go around the corner, they do the same thing. It's ridiculous, okay? Anyway,
Can I ask a question?
go ahead.
My question is, at the full board meeting, the full board unanimously voted, I think most of the board members voted in favor of having to delay the proposal
Yes,
until there was, funding for the bathroom.
right.
Did that letter send out to Parks, and was there a response? Is there any,
I don't know, I have to check.
because,
I have to check.
Yeah, I didn't see any response from Parks
but
yet.
the letter was sent out?
From my understanding, it was.
Okay, I'm just asking to, only because no one will ever buy a house with no bathroom. It makes no sense to design a house with no bathroom. I
Okay,
mean, there's children involved. We cannot make them seem like there's no bathrooms are not necessary. They are not, it's not a luxury item, it's necessity.
all right,
All right, thank you.
all right. Gallery
May I
session?
speak to the,
Go
not for the
ahead.
gallery session, but may I just speak to the Zimmerman?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So for the Zimmerman reconstruction, the design phase is 80% complete, which means that the contract documents based on the design have been drafted and they're being reviewed by the different divisions of the Parks Department and the city government. So the contracts that they'll have with the vendors based on the design that they've done are at the stage where they're being reviewed. And that process is supposed to conclude by January. So for the bathroom, we've been speaking, Rebecca has been speaking with everyone we can think of to get the funding. Because the Parks Department allowed in the design the room for the equipment to come in to fix the bathrooms whenever they get the funding. Getting the funding is key. So it's Kevin Riley, the city councilman, John Zaccaro, the assemblyman, and I just spoke with him yesterday, and he said that he's working on getting a batch of funding. He doesn't have the budget to get it all, because it's millions of dollars, but he's going to contribute some.
Okay.
After the last meeting, the full board meeting, Alina Dow in the mayor's office asked Becca for a full background on what was going on and why things hadn't been done. So we've submitted a letter to her requesting funding from the mayor's office. On the porta potty situation, it's difficult because the porta potties are under contract from the Galahad company that supplies them. It's not the Parks Department that's in charge of cleaning them up. And we think that the original contract was through Richie Torres when he was city council person. So I've asked Oswald Felice's office if they can find this contract. And they said Galahad, they've been working with Galahad in other places, and they're very difficult. They're not a nice company to work with.
You talking about
and
today?
Boyron, who's the regional manager for the North Bronx, all of the North Bronx for the Parks Department, has Matt Doiron, Doiron,
Historian. but,
the regional
Doiron.
manager for the North Bronx. I spoke with him yesterday, and he is trying to work with Galahad too, but he said that Galahad is being very reluctant to deal with the Parks Department because the contract is not with the Parks Department. So we had to figure out who holds the contract and see if we can get it improved so that they're cleaned every day instead of maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks.
So it'll be twice or 3 times a week. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the state of affairs from Becca. We're just keeping on it.
I appreciate that. And we really want to ensure that when the renovation begins, the renovation for that park house also begins. Okay? You don't want to put the cart before the horse. And that's what we would be doing. Okay, because I've been banging my head against the park house wall for years. Okay? My sons went there. Miss Lou had a Fun in the Sun in the 80s. She had a preschool in the 80s to the 90s when she retired. My grandson went there. He will be 30 next year. Okay? So I think it's appropriate to have a bathroom. And I have some petitions I'm gonna present to the Parks Department so that people know how the constituents that use this playground feel about what's going on. Okay? It's a quality of life. And I don't want the people that use this park to be treated as second-class citizens. Okay?
I said with all the petitions you got, make multiple copies
Okay.
and give it to every single councilman or woman All politicians, whether they're council person or assembly person or.
State senator or congressman.
Janice, do you know whatever happened to the funding that AOC was trying to get for Zimmerman? I think it was like a year or two ago. Did that ever come through?
Not that I know of.
I haven't.
Yeah, she's Cricketsville.
No, the problem is with that funding, she doesn't represent that district anymore,
Mhm.
but
the
we,
money should
But she
be there.
did, but she
Yeah,
did
she
at the
did.
time that Lisa's talking about.
but Oswald Feliz, the city council person, got the full funding for the bathroom renovation to happen at the same time. But then it got redistricted out of his district and he couldn't allot the money. And
It
it,
should stay
and,
there.
So they keep on yanking the proverbial
Right.
carrot away.
and Kevin Riley had already allotted all his budget
Funding.
to other projects. And
Yeah,
wasn't gonna take
exactly.
away from other projects.
Uh-huh.
But now, in this next cycle, we hope Kevin Riley will allot the money, but we went to Richie Torres when it fell out of AOC's district. We went to Richie and requested it funding from him, and he asked BPECA to write a letter, which we did, justifying like, why is this important? But then he said that he couldn't get the funding through because federal funding comes with a requirement that it be spent within a very short period of time, like 10 years, 1 year.
Uh-huh.
And that doesn't jive with the scheduling of the city agencies, which take much longer, like usually at least 3 years to design the project, hire the vendor,
Okay,
et
okay.
cetera.
So back to what I'm saying, make multiple copies and give it to all current politicians and say, show me the money.
May I do it, Jennifer?
Go ahead.
The committee board sent that email to all the electeds that covered the district and to ask them the same question. Also ask them to meet with Janice, who's been leading the charge for this for almost a decade, and to discuss how we could all come together with the funding. Because with 4 or 5 electeds, it's very little for the one elected funding this whole project. So can the committee board send an email to all the electeds and saying that it's for them to meet with Janice, the point person, to discuss how to get the funding and how to address this issue with the proposed design?
I went to Ricky's office already. I went to Kevin Riley's office with my goddaughter. And Oswald Police his office just gave me a call this week. So I gotta go back there and check him out. I'll go to John Zakara next week, okay?
Yeah, it's good to have one point person, that different people talking to. It's good to have one point person, so you have all the information from one person.
Okay, all right,
You're the one that lives there, you've been doing this for 10 years, so
all right.
I would think you'd be the point person.
Okey dokey. All right, anything else?
Do
Anything else,
you
anyone?
want to bring up anything arts related?
Well,
It doesn't have to be cement,
Sure.
this has to be parks.
There's 2 questions.
Uh-huh.
To follow up on your point, is it accurate then that the bathroom is included in the 80% design document?
No.
No,
It's not, okay. And secondly, in regards to the community development and budget priorities, was that identified as a potential ask to fund the development and construction of that Zimmerman Park?
Yes.
It was.
Mhm. Yes. So we've got to really, really charge ahead and try and make sure what we want done gets done, okay? Anything else, Lisa? Talk to me. Any ideas?
Nothing right now.
Okay, baby. I hear you. All right, Deb.
all right, so is there
Any motion?
any more?
Oh, no, gallery session, I'm sorry.
What, no, motions is before the, oh, wait.
No,
And
gallery session.
so we just did gallery.
No,
Okay.
there's people online that be that way.
Gallery session, anyone?
Yes, the last time we left off on the benches being removed from Pelham Parkway South. What's the status now on that?
They, as far as I know, they still didn't get back to us.
Okay, because
That's the part. Mhm.
it doesn't make sense to remove it. We could repave that area, but to remove it also on the Pelham Parkway north side, there was mention of widening the sidewalk there for the e-bike.
Pathway. The pathway.
Excuse me?
The pathway.
Yeah, the
Not
pathway.
technically a sidewalk.
Now, the way the e-bikes and the motorcycles and everything else speeding through it, do we really need to widen the path?
We need them to fix the path. That's all we're basically asking is for them to fix the path. Not make it wider, not make it smaller,
Make it.
just
Just to fix it.
repair it. There's numerous sinkholes that are as old as my daughter.
The same goes for Pelham Parkway South, for that area where the benches are. That's the roots have been pulling up the sidewalk there for years now.
That's an accident waiting to happen. You have to stay, apparently you have to stay on the Parks Department because, requests are not, listened to all the time. Okay? So we'll have to write another letter regarding that pathway, okay? Fix it.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Who's S. Perez?
I just live on Pelham Parkway.
Edward, you're a board member?
Oh, you didn't know? Yes.
Yeah, I'm not used to the new faces. I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right.
Is there something you want to bring up in the gallery session?
No, not really. If anybody has anything to say about the City of Yes initiative or how this committee relates to it, but other than that, I mean, I was just here to listen and observe. But thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the City of Yes thing would relate to it because I'm not really fully schooled on it. I'll be honest.
That's fine.
So,
Don't worry about it. I assume or I hope that eventually we will get to work on it together.
okay, thank you. Jackie from Velasquez's office. Is there something you wanted to talk about parks related?
No, I'm just here to listen. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Okay.
Oh,
Perez, did you want to speak of something, or I thought you like looked on there for a second?
Not really. I'm just listening in. I live in Pelham Parkway South, so I just want to make sure that I can listen in and see what's going on in the community.
Okay. Ephraim, did you want to talk anything parks related?
No, I'm just listening in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Caller ending in 19. Is there something you wanted to talk about parks related? Star 6 if you're trying to talk. Caller ending in 37. Did you want to talk about something parks related? Press star 6 to talk.
Did you say 37?
Yes. Did you want to talk
okay.
about something parks related?
Well, I would not like to see them remove the benches on Pelham Parkway South. I think they recently painted them and they look very nice. And there's just there's a little more that they said they would paint, and I think they're very don't see any reason they should take them away because people are using them, and
Understood.
and also that you said you weren't going to widen the pathway, that you were going to fix it. I'm not too sure what
It's
you
not,
mean.
excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. It's not us as the Parks Committee, where it's our recommendation that we don't want them to widen it.
Right, I agree with that.
We're just
I agree
volunteers
with.
of being on the committee. We're not going out there with any shovels, just so you know.
Well, I agree with that they shouldn't widen the path there, and I'd like to because I wouldn't want to see the motorbikes and the e-bikes going through the pathway, and it would be dangerous to the pedestrians that needed to walk. I feel it's okay for the bikes, but these e-bikes and motorbikes I feel they're dangerous, and they shouldn't really they're still riding them in the. I wish they could do something because they're riding them near the benches, making deliveries, and these and even the e-scooters shouldn't be on any of those pathways where the kids are, people sit, and I wish they would do something about that. And
Okay,
I don't like to be afraid to go, even on the walkway, when you're walking White Plains Road and down on your block on the side street, you still see these motorbikes and and the e-scooters, and I wish they could do something.
Hello?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hello?
have you ever called 311
Parks Enforcement?
and or Parks Enforcement?
Have I what?
Have you called 311 and or Parks Enforcement?
Parks Enforcement?
Yes.
Well, there was a sign by the benches on the outside, and I understand the Parks Department took down the sign that there shouldn't be any. Not that they look at it or listen to it, but the sign was taken down.
Hello?
And as we,
Hello?
yes.
Have you ever called the Parks Enforcement or 311 regarding?
Well, what is the number for Parks Enforcement? What is the number?
You have the number, I'll give it to you again.
I don't have
I'll
it.
get it for you. I'll get it for you.
About the tree?
I don't really think that there's any consequences
Roxy,
for
she'll give you the number again.
She has
And 311, call both, okay? We'll give you the number before the meeting's over, okay?
You could give it to me now.
Hold on. Do you have it ready?
Yes.
Hold on. You know 311, right? Call them also.
I'm going to text her as well. I thought I'm going to text her, because I don't think they want that number out loud.
Okay. You're gonna get it in.
So you don't have.
I'm going to text
But there's no.
Sam's gonna text
there's
it
no,
to you. Thank you.
Hello?
But by the time you call them.
Hello? Oh, Jesus Christ. Ma'am.
I just muted her. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
She said that by the time you call them, they're already gone, the motorbikes. She has called. She's just a little.
Okay,
Yeah.
but call Parks Enforcement.
She has. Then she
Call 311 also.
She has, but when she calls, they're already gone.
Yeah, but
It's not
311.
we can
I
do.
know, I'm just explaining what she meant.
Okay.
311.
I totally understood what you
311 is something you can call all day.
People call and people are exhausted for calling 311, nothing happens.
Before you guys walked in, we were just talking about 301 and how we beat our head to the wall. We understand. No, we understand. We
I
get
agree
it.
about 311,
But
by the way.
311.
It was like a whole minute of bickering back and forth.
Yeah, 311 had, you gotta do that, unfortunately, you gotta do that paper trail of doing 311.
Get a, complaint
Long
number
paper trail.
and a complaint number.
For other
Okay.
things, it's fine, but not for the e-scooters. It goes nowhere, I'm telling you.
All
Well,
right.
hopefully with the mayor saying he's gonna be cracking down on these e-bikes, hopefully he's gonna be somebody of his word. So we
We'll
will
see.
see.
Okay.
We will see.
All right.
But there's nothing any of us in this room can do about it. There's
Make
nothing anybody online that can do about it.
We can make
There's
suggestions and hopefully.
employees that
We're
need to
trying.
do something about it.
We're trying to do something about it.
I agree. We are trying.
Okay, all right.
Okay, what else? And was there any motions?
Gallery in the room?
Are you talking of?
I'll go last.
Hello?
I already said.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I
Hello?
wanted to, I didn't get to say what I wanted to say. This number, 40119. I wanted to add something, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
the thing about-
I asked you to speak before.
No, I somehow got muted. I don't know. I wanted to say about the bathroom situation. I never thought about them offering us a bathroom, but I want to say I have seen many adult men urinating in public out there because there's no bathroom. They go by a tree. So having a bathroom is not only for the children, but for the adults.
Yeah, that's we talked about that already. We mentioned it.
The mothers and not only male, female, but the children that have to go to the bathroom and are going to the bathroom between two cars. We spoke about that.
No, I know you already mentioned it, but I said I see adults using it also. It's terrible.
That's what she said. That she said mothers and fathers. Mothers and fathers are adults.
I didn't hear her say mothers and fathers. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay.
Next.
Gallery in the room. You go first. You got 2 minutes.
Okay. So on the Pelham Parkway reconstruction project, the mall, Pelham Parkway malls, I did last spring in June have a conversation with Mike Ortiz, who at the time was the capital projects director, about keeping the benches on the south side, and he seemed very amenable to that. I think there was a little bit of confusion in the instructions from CP11 that you wanted to keep the pathway on the south, but you wanted as little concrete as possible on the north. So those things sounded a little contradictory. They are revising the scope, which means the design concept, according to the feedback that they got from CP11. Kat Borome, who's the capital projects director now, confirmed that. The pathway is part of a much, much, much longer greenway, which is for pedestrians and bicycles, e-bikes and scooters, not motorcycles. And you can see, I brought again the visual evidence where the path is wide enough to accommodate everybody, families walking together, kids playing, and where it's so narrow that people have worn paths on either side because it's just too narrow. And their plan is to widen it where they can without bothering any of the trees, because they don't want to take away any trees unless they're unhealthy trees. And on the enforcement of the motorcycles and even e-scooters, and Matt Doran, again, who's the regional manager for the North Bronx, said to me just yesterday that the whole entire Parks Department is reviewing a lot of things about enforcement of all sorts of different rules they have. So if we have any ideas about the pathways and how to do enforcement, they'd be glad to hear them. But enforcement of all sorts of rules is apparently a big new initiative of the new commissioner, Jessenia Aponte.
Okay. Time's up.
Okay.
Hi. I'm speaking as the founder of Franciscan Parkway, who's been cleaning and taking care of the parkway for over 7 years. Who has a lot of people involved in our community groups, cleanups and events, and our activism. And I'm speaking on behalf of my community, Pelham Parkway. It's unfortunate that sometimes we have people who are undermining our efforts for whatever reasons. But it's very disrespectful as a woman of color that all the time and devotion I put in Parkway, that someone constantly undermining my efforts for no other reason but to undermine it. But this is the history of women of color. We have, every time we try to move up our community, someone's always on the side trying to step on us. The community constantly has said that they want those seats on the south side because it accommodates the seniors right on the Pelham Parkway south side. And it's not me, I don't use those seats, but I'm relaying what the community said. And they said they want those seats and they use those seats, and when they moved the seats on phase 1, it was very detrimental for their use of the parkway because it's used by the residents mostly, not by people just passing through. On the north side, there's a lot of potholes from Stillwell all the way to Wallace that should be repaved. We're not against that. We want to fix the pothole. It's ADA non-compliance. But to make it wider, to lose greenery, and in fact, this phase 1, this is the one that they widen it. If you look at this picture, there's the other side that they walk through because people like to take shortcuts. It's not that they don't have room. People love to take shortcuts. There's a lot of greenery where you see people taking shortcuts. Doesn't mean we have to pave every dirt path that we have because people don't want to use the pathway. You can see this is where the bus stop is.
Which location?
Oh, this is from White Plains Road to Wallace. This is phase 1 project. You see how they create their own dirt road? Not because there's not room, but they rather take the shortcut. That's always human nature. So it's not about that because we're out dirt alongside from Wallace to Williamsburg, it's because people don't have room. There's sufficient room. But if you're going to put motorcycles and mopeds, there's no room for them. If they get widen it, they're going to accommodate those. And that's a danger because on the pathway, there's no traffic lights, there's no pedestrian yield sign. They go when it's like you just have to jump out their way. And a lot of people, especially people of elders, children, people with strokes have told me they avoid that area now because of the rapid uses of e-scooters. But e-scooters are much smaller than mopeds. If you make it wider, and I have an article, which I'm sorry I didn't bring it, but they said that in one place where they widened the pathway, they actually opened the Pandora box to more illegal use of vehicles. And I'll bring it to you because it's not my opinion. It was written, I apologize because my phone was broken, I had to go to AT&T store. I got 10%, so I apologize, but I'll definitely send everything in advance of the next meeting because I'm not asking for me. I have nothing to gain, but I've always been advocating for my community, undocumented, immigrants, women of color, Pelham Parkway residents. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you so much, whoever said that.
Who was that? Who disagreed?
That was me. I live right there where I know exactly what she's
Thank
speaking
you.
about. I live right there. I always walk around that area, and yeah, I completely agree.
Most residents do. It's for some reason we have outside undermining our efforts. I don't know why.
I drive the school bus on Pelham Parkway every day. Beautiful weather like today, there's tons of people on those benches. For them to even think to remove those benches,
They're going to keep them.
they said they were gonna remove them.
No, they're-
That's what we're
That's
wanting
what I
to.
just said, Mike Ortiz.
But we have to
said
do it
that,
directly.
yes,
We're-
they're redoing the scope and
They-
they're.
For him telling
Everyone.
for him telling you is one thing. He needs to tell us in writing.
Black and white.
Well, they're gonna present the new design soon.
Until then, we will continue to say what we need to say.
Is it possible to write another letter to parks? Because the one that was said was just saying, Committee Board 11 approves site B, but not site A. Can we put as to why site A is not approved because of the issues that I and other committee members brought up?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can we pass that? Please.
All right, next.
So can we make a motion? Or can we do the email?
You may have done it, but
No,
again,
because the first email that happened, it was too long. It said, Committee Board like voted in favor of site B, but not site A, but it didn't say why. It didn't say like rehab it.
just restate it and put why. Okay,
Okay.
and motions?
I had a motion in my head, I forgot it already. I should have jotted something down.
Any motions?
No,
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't say, I mean, can we do a motion on that today?
No, we're gonna,
So we could get, before Parks meets another design, we could tell in advance what we're looking for.
you want
Before
to make a
active.
motion to
Rescind.
rescind the
Rescind.
letter and to state why
Thank you.
we oppose of site A.
Thank you.
And to also state why we approve of site B.
Okay.
Do I get a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
No.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Bassett.
I'll bring the petitions too. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My phone, I have no phone the whole day. When I turn it on,
Old
Any,
business?
any old
Old
business?
business. Anyone?
no, thank you.
New business? Anyone?
Then I adjourn this meeting at 7:52. Thank you all for coming. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Good night.
See.